I am not talking about Black Lives Matter. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about discrimination because of your gender. I'm very excited about going to get a new job. What I am not excited about is being a Black female. Every time I go to work on a job, they think I'm somebody's secretary or somebody's clerk. That's bad enough. But the peers who work with me in the engineering department, they believe that I only got my job because I'm a minority. It doesn't matter the fact that I am a senior engineer. And I couldn't have gotten that way just by being a minority. But that is what they think. So let me give you an example. When I moved here to Tulsa, I was working at Triumph Aerostructures or Spirit Aerosystems, one and the same at the time. There was this man that came to work there. He was a contractor. He sat 3 desks down from me. Every day he would walk behind me, look at what I was working on, what repair I was working on, and he would tell me what I needed to do to fix it. And I would just go, and continue to do my job. Well, at one time, I had this particular tag to work. He came by and he says, that's not how you need to fix that. You need to do this, 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 and the other. I had it past here. I had it up to here. And I said, if you want to work this tag, I will take my name off of it and you can do whatever you want to. He said, okay, I'll work it. I went into that computer, took my name off the queue so that he could work it. See, what he did not know is I have been doing this job for 40 years. Not only had I did it in the new production environment, but I've also did field repair. So I had the view from both aspects of what needed to be done. And in this case, I had already talked to the stress analysis guy, and we had agreed that this was the right thing to do to get the correct margin of safety. Well, I guess he contacted stress or whatever. He sent them his reply. Come 3:30, his time to leave, he said, Rhonda, I'm not going to get a chance to work that tag today. So could you take it up? And this is what I need you to do. And I said, no, you wanted it, you work it. And the only way I will touch that tag is if manufacturing comes and begs for it tonight. Now, in my job, that was a major no-no. As I found out the next day when I came in, when my boss called me upstairs and wanted to know why that tag sat overnight. And I told him, this is what occurred. I said, manufacturing did not request that tag. This fellow engineer, he wanted it, so I let him have it. It took 3 years, 3 long years, for that man to realize that regardless of the fact that I'm Black, regardless of the fact that I am female, that I know what I'm doing. He pulled me aside and he said, Rhonda, you see, on nights, we corrected the little errors the engineers made on days. And on days, the engineers correct the little mistakes that the engineers on night made. There were 2 engineers on night, myself and another engineer that was a male Caucasian. After 3 years, he said, pull me aside, and he said, Rhonda, I noticed on your tags, you might have a typo or something, but no major correction. But on this other person's tags, we have to go in and completely redesign it, he said, and I am so sorry. My question is this: why does it take 3 years for a fellow professional to realize that I have the same knowledge, I have the degree, I have the experience? Now, I know that your coworkers don't see your resume, But if you're sitting in that chair and you have the same job, you must have the qualifications to do the job. That's just one of the stereotypes that I fight each and every day. I'm getting ready to go to a new job in St. Louis, Missouri with Boeing Aircraft Company at the end of March. I am so excited. Lauren, I've been where you've been. I knew for 2 years in advance that my job was going to end, but it ended nonetheless during the pandemic when it's hard to get a job. 8.5 months, one job interview, one job offer. Now, because I was a female, I put an application in for 2 jobs, the mid-level job and the senior level job. They interviewed me for the mid-level job, but they offered me the senior level job. And I had to negotiate with them on the salary difference because it's a big difference between coming in the door as mid-level and coming in as a senior. Again, because I'm female, they were going to pigeonhole me, put me in that position to where they could bring me in and pay me less. I meet people, they all automatically assume I'm a teacher, I'm a nurse, I'm a certified nurse's assistant. I work at McDonald's. Anything, they think anything of the fact, except the fact that I am a professional. Why is it in this country of America, just people discriminate against us because we don't look like them? We don't fit the status quo. Yes, my fellow Toastmasters, discrimination is alive and thriving. Mr. Toastmaster.